taxes was taxing. Now taxes is relaxing when you file for free.
I can file for free? TurboTax Free Edition. Roughly 37% of filers qualify. Simple Form 1040 returns only. See if you qualify at turbotax.com/free. I can file for free.
Now this is taxes. File for free with TurboTax Free Edition and get your maximum refund. No schedules except for Earned Income Tax Credit, Child Tax Credit, and Student Loan Interest. See if you qualify at turbotax.com/free.
3, 2, 1.
This podcast contains content that may be disturbing for some listeners and is intended for a mature audience. Listener discretion is advised.
Recently, 2 alleged alien bodies were presented to the Mexican Congress. The question is, are they really aliens? Or maybe they're just cake? Listen as we chat about the details of this strange case. I'm Tracy Anderson, and this is Unusual Curiosity.
Hey guys.
Hi.
Hey. So I'm here with Heather and Taylor, and we're going to talk about some weird stuff happening, alien stuff happening in the world. Okay guys, in September, Jaime Maussan, a 70-year-old journalist and self-proclaimed ufologist, how do you say that?
That's a big word for me.
Yeah, I have no clue.
Ufologist.
UFOlogist.
There you go.
That's what we're going with.
Presented 2 specimens of alleged non-human beings to the Mexican Congress. He testified under oath that the 2 beings are authentic and not from our terrestrial evolution.
I heard they were cake.
I also heard that. This is a thing.
He states that these beings were found in 2017 in Peru. The Smithsonian reports that they were found in algae mines in Cusco, Peru, and Reuters states that they were found near the Nazca lines. So these places are about 441 miles apart. So I don't know exactly where they were found, other than I can say they were found in Peru somewhere. So this Maussan guy went on to say that the bodies are not mummies and they are not manipulated. X-rays and CT scans of these little bodies. So the bodies are like the size of human newborns.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
They're really that small?
They're tiny.
That seems almost too small.
Yeah. That seems a little far-fetched for me.
So the X-rays and CT scans were conducted by forensic scientist Jose de Jesus Solis Benitez. Say that 10 times fast.
I couldn't even say it once if I tried.
So the test revealed that one had what appeared to be eggs inside of it. So speaking at a press conference, Benitez claims that his analysis proved that the specimen are non-human, unaltered, and are outside the biology and taxonomy of the Darwinian species evolution tree, and that they are 100% organic and biological.
Okay, but here's my thing. Like, if they were really found in 2017, why are they just now coming out with it? I don't know. To me, I feel like if they were actually legitimate, like, why wait so long?
Yeah. No, I see that. They have done other things with them, and I'll get to that later on in the story. So Maussan states that these researchers at the National Autonomous University of Mexico used carbon dating to determine that the remains are about 1,000 years old. However, the university stated that they were not responsible for collecting the sample and that they had never had actual contact with the full specimen. Therefore, they can't confirm that the samples tested were really originated from those aliens. So it's basically like somebody put it in a baggie and sent it to them, you know. Mm-hmm. So they know that whatever they tested said it was 1,000 years old, but they don't know like for sure that it actually came from those aliens, alleged aliens. So it seems like this Maussan guy is on some kind of crusade to prove alien life. In 2015, he claimed to have a body belonging to an alien, but it was later discovered to be the remains of a human child.
That's really sad.
Wait, did they find out who the child was?
No, probably not. It probably came from like some pre-Hispanic type of grave, so it's probably mummified remains that were very old, ancient.
I thought you just meant like a
new human child.
Yeah, I was like, wait, what?
Well, I mean, what's to say that these aliens that were found aren't mummified humans? Just little. Do you know what I mean? Because we don't know. Like, okay, like my thing is, like, say they had DNA tests. Like, what DNA do you have to compare it to? Do you mean like human DNA? And it's like, oh, it doesn't match up, so it has to be an alien. Do you know? Does that make sense?
Well, I would assume like if it's Homo sapien, then it's gonna match human DNA.
Okay.
Of some kind, because it did. They said it wasn't of any known species. So when they say it's not within the Darwinian species of evolution tree, it's not of any known species that DNA has ever been done.
That makes sense.
So back to the story here. So in 2017, he was involved in a video project claiming that the bodies uncovered in Nazca, Peru, with elongated skulls and 3 fingers on each hand were alien. Archaeologists surmised that the bodies were of indigenous Peruvians mutilated to appear alien-like. So this opens up some kind of whole other discussion. Like you have prehistoric Peruvians that are altering their bodies to look like alien. Where would they even get the idea?
Right.
So
like
that's super weird.
Yeah, like as of right now, we know that, well, we think we know that they didn't have the technology like we have now.
Right. Some other people, me, have different theories on that. But anyway, but those bodies allegedly were revealed to be papier-mâché dolls, according to the Peru prosecutor's office.
Wait, the ones that you were just talking about?
Yeah, the weird elongated skulls with the 3 fingers. Those were said to be papier-mâché dolls. But, okay, I actually watched the program regarding these aliens that was presented on Gaia. And I have to say, like, it's pretty compelling. Like, they did like some testing, x-rays type of stuff. Like, if somebody were to go to that amount of work, like, it's a freaking masterpiece.
How much money were they being paid? That's the question. Like, people will do a lot of crazy shit for a big amount of money.
That's true. And they were like, but you watch it, it's pretty amazing. Okay, so now this Mawson guy's really ticked off the Peruvian culture minister, Leslie Ortega. She's alleging that these alien corpses that were presented to the Mexican Congress were looted from pre-Hispanic graves and illegally transported out of Peru. Criminal complaints have been filed. Mawson says he's not worried and he's done nothing illegal. He says they are borrowed from... I borrowed these little baby aliens. He borrowed from and are in the possession of a Mexican man who has declined to be identified. Of course he has. The man, who refers to the corpses as Clara and Mauricio, said he will reveal everything at an appropriate time.
Wait, so like these aliens are property of this guy that's unidentified?
Apparently. I don't know how you can own something like that because I guess finders keepers.
That's interesting.
I mean, I don't know. Like, if I dug a body up somewhere, I wouldn't like just keep it.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what it is. Like, I don't know. I just think that's kind of weird.
Or honestly, if I saw something like that, I feel like I'd be so creeped out that I'd be like, someone needs to give me answers now. And that's not something that I would keep to myself.
Yeah. Yeah. I would definitely be like,
I'd call mom.
Call mom. Your number one answer for everything.
Mom, I found this. I don't know what it is, but I think
it's cake.
It looks like cake.
I would say, cut that bitch open.
If I dug something and it had 3 fingers and it looked like a semi-human, I'd be like, what?
It'd be super weird. Like, I don't even know. I'd flip my lid. Okay, so the guy even named these little babies Clara and Mauricio.
Weird. That is weird. I feel like you would have to know something or have something for a long time to be like, oh yeah, here's my just aliens that I found. Clara, what's it called? Mauricio.
Yeah,
that's weird.
They're my kids now.
So apparently this Mawson guy is on board with these aliens being scientifically studied. He insists that there is DNA reports showing that the DNA of one of the beings was compared to more than 1 million species and is not related to anything known at this time. However, some scientists are skeptical. Apparently, the DNA test was not even from these little bodies. It was from another body that they refer to as Victoria that was found in the same place, and those remains are still in Peru. So apparently there was 3 found at the same time.
How the hell did he make it out with 2 of them, and then the third one just?
Well, they're little, so we probably like carry on. I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know. Fishy.
Just tell people they're cake. So, according to the Daily Mail, Mawson says an unnamed NASA contractor is supposed to be conducting a DNA investigation, and he is ready for it. So this Jaime Mawson guy, he's no fly-by-night eccentric like you'd picture him to be. He is an actual investigative journalist of 50 years who's worked on the Mexican version of 60 Minutes. He just happens to have a passion for things not of this world. So you kind of think this guy came out of nowhere and he's just some kind of weird dude, but he's actually he's been revered.
He knows his stuff.
In the industry for over 50 years. So why is this happening now? Like you said, 2017, it's now 2023, now coming out with these. All of this comes at a time where governments around the world, including the U.S. government, are releasing data acknowledging UFOs or unidentified aerial phenomena.
Why after all this time, however many years aliens have been around, why after all this time, now is the time the governments are coming out with all this stuff?
Yeah. I mean, it's been an ongoing thing since 1947 when the Roswell crash happened in Area 51 that we know of, right? And then people start talking about it, and then people start getting quelched by the government or Men in Black. You hear a lot of stories of people being told you're done, or maybe they get paid off or threatened. Who knows? I don't know. Thankfully,
these
never happened to me.
Right. These movie ideas come from somewhere. Do you know what I mean? You have to be really your mind working.
Imagination.
To come up with something we're going to talk about aliens and using little zapper lasers to just erase your memory. Not saying that's real, but with the technology that the government has that we don't know about, how advanced it is, I can't say that nothing is impossible.
Look at all the AI stuff they're coming out. That new movie that they just came out with.
Yeah.
The Creator or whatever it's called.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of, fishy. I'm sure the technology that we know of that the government has, whatever actually is far deeper than we can ever imagine.
Absolutely.
Which brings me to my next point. So in July of this year, a former senior Air Force intelligence officer, David Grush, testified on a U.S. congressional hearing that the U.S. government is in possession of non-human biologics from a UAP crash site. So, biologics, he didn't call them beings or bodies. Biologics. I mean, people claim to have seen them. In my mind, I'm why would thousands of people claim to have seen something at different times in different places and all kind of describe the same thing? They don't know each other, maybe never heard each other's stories. You have an enormous amount of credibility on the line and a reputation on the line to come to the table and tell your story, right?
Yeah. And I kind of wonder, are these aliens that were presented before the Mexican government, the people that have actually seen the aliens and have these credible accounts, is that what they look like to them? Or is it kind of these aliens kind of make themselves look to people different ways?
I guess anything's possible, right? We don't know anything about them. I mean, I've been told there are different kinds of aliens. So there's
the thing on the plane.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The reptile dude on the plane.
Well,
so reptilian people or the praying mantis things, or
What is that?
the aliens look like praying mantis. And then there's like the Nordics and the Greys, like all different kinds of aliens. It's not just one type of alien that exists.
So kind of how like there's different types of humans.
It's sort of like, so I haven't done a lot of research into it, but I've been told like the Nordics, the Nordic aliens look just like humans. Like they could walk the street among us and you wouldn't know. I
believe it.
They look like more like Scandinavian people. They're blonde hair, blue eyes, light skin, fair, like Nordic people.
What if I'm an alien?
You probably are.
Blonde hair and blue eyes. I mean, you can't deny it.
Right?
All
I feel like I'm gonna be extra skeptical of everybody look at me like, yo, you an alien? Are you real? You know,
A
like,
lot of blondes are fake though, so
that's true.
Does that make him alien?
no, I'm saying that won't make them alien because they're fake blondes.
Oh, I see. I have that problem. Anyway, so recently, Heather and I went to a paranormal conference where we met and had a brief discussion with he's like the president of the Michigan Mutual UFO Network, MUFON. And so I had asked him, like, in their presentation, their lecture, they actually talked about people that were abducted by aliens and that it was like a generational thing. So same families tend to have the same type of experiences throughout the generations. And so afterwards, I had a discussion with him and asked him, like, is there anything that connects these people? Are they like, do they have blue eyes? They have the same blood type? Like, is there anything about them that connects these people that seem to have the same type of abduction experiences? And he said, no. All over the world, all countries, all races, all blood types, all everything. There is reports of the same types of experiences. So you're talking about somebody that might be in like the Congo and somebody that might live in Los Angeles, never met each other, don't know each other, haven't heard each other's stories, and they're basically describing the same events of
That's crazy.
Usually like these abduction things, like if you hear them, they all are grays. Like you always hear about them having like small bodies, they're gray color, big heads, big eyes. Like they're very
like the normal looking alien.
like what
that's
people,
portrayed.
what people think of aliens, not what I don't know, the different types of aliens there could be.
What it is in the movies.
Yeah. Yeah. Which, I mean, it kind of leads me to believe if there are other alien types out there, then either the Greys are like more interested in us as biologicals, so they're abducting people to do more types of scientific experiments with them.
Do they abduct cows too then?
Oh, that's a good question.
They just suck the blood out of cows.
Oh, okay.
Well, they gotta eat somehow.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
I mean, all I can see is just a UFO sucking up the cow.
But do you think they do like testing, like they abduct these people not to necessarily hurt them, but to do like testing to see how our genetic makeup is compared to theirs, or how they can improve theirs by being like ours?
I mean,
I kind of do. And because none of these people die from getting abducted. Of course, they're completely traumatized for the rest of their lives, but I mean, they get returned. Mm-hmm. A lot of times you hear about like women, they're like harvesting their eggs. So they obviously are interested in the reproductive, aspect of humans. Either they can't reproduce anymore and they want some sort of reproduction abilities, or they want to do some kind of hybrids.
Ooh,
creepy.
And maybe
they already have.
Just a theory. Maybe they have. And you know what? Maybe those are the people that live among us and we don't even know they're alien.
The plane thing,
the reptile
that
dude.
MFer back there ain't real.
Yeah, I mean, no, but for real, like people might just fly and be like, nah, she must be on drugs. She's drunk. I think they tried to say that she was drunk. Like people had saw her drinking before she got on the plane. I'm like, but how can you discredit what she saw though? Like,
so the lady on the plane, like, yeah, maybe she had a drink. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe she had a mental breakdown. I have no idea. But I don't know. Like if she was very passionate about what she was saying. Like in the moment, you don't just come out the gate with that. Like I just feel like she has a job. She's like a professional person. She's traveling for work, whatever. You're not going to put yourself out there like that and risk it all.
But then the video she came out with after all this thing happened, like weeks later, it was just very like staged to me. Like I watched it and it was just very, like, seemed very staged. Like she was being forced to come out and say, you know, this wasn't real, blah, 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 blah.
I do have to say, though, I don't care where I'm at. I don't care if I'm on a train. I don't care if I'm on a plane. If someone comes out and says some shit like that, my ass is getting off quicker than you can say go.
Not if you're in the midair.
Oh, I don't. You better give me some Valium or something, because that ain't not gonna be pretty. Like, oh my gosh, I couldn't do it, though.
Would you leave your bags?
Yes, I would. If it came down to that, if that person was serious enough, I don't mess around with that.
You probably pushed me out of the way to get there first.
You're right. Hell yeah, I would.
So I feel like, honestly, like if I was sitting next to that person and they were a reptilian, like they blinked sideways or whatever the heck it was, like I think I would start a conversation with them. Be like,
are
what
you crazy?
The frick are you?
Like, don't look at me.
Okay, can I say I watched some TikToks video. I'm not saying it they're real, but I'm just gonna put this out there. People were saying like he turned back and winked at him, but he winked not horizontally. It winked vertically. Like his eye winked vertically. What? That's like no.
How does that happen though when your eyelids are horizontal?
It shifted. A shapeshifter. What's the other thing?
Skinwalker?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Reptilian, skinwalker, shapeshifter, same thing, right? I mean,
I don't know. Reptilian. I have no idea. Like reptilians, are they shapeshift?
all messed up. Let me just
Yeah.
It's just all messed up.
It's all messed up. Something I don't want to deal with.
Oh my gosh. So anyways, we got a little off track from the story. So this Air Force dude stated that since the retrieval of the bodies, the biologics, that the United States has done reverse technology on the crash parts and the bodies, and they've been able to create things that advance our technology based on that reverse engineering, which doesn't really surprise me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How are people that smart? I'm sorry, but I think about it and I'm just like, dang, I must be really dumb.
We're just a bunch of dum-dums over here.
I just can't think about doing that.
Yeah.
Like, I'd just be like, I don't know.
Just live in a bubble.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh my goodness.
I know. Okay, I have to be honest though. When I first heard the story, I was like, "There's no way. There's no way these are real."
He brought it to the government.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. How
Not
do you
like
get
social media itself. He just brought it straight to the government.
Yeah, and the government's like a
It's
pretty big
cake.
thing in any country. Like, how do you just get in front of the government? But backtracking, I kind of felt like there's no way this is real. Like, it's fake. It's just a distraction, you know, something that they pulled out of their butt that they just want to be like, oh, yep, here we got aliens. But now that you're giving me like the facts and tell me the backstory, I'm like,
I think this guy truly, he thinks they're real. Like, I have no doubt in his mind that he believes that these are real.
yeah. But I'm like, how do you actually tell if they're real or not? Like, he could think they're real all day long. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But how can you tell if they're actually real?
I think it comes down to the DNA evidence. So they need to give up these aliens and over to science that are really going to research them, study them, and give the facts out to the public.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times, I mean, allegedly, I hear a lot of stories about finds in the past that people have discovered, and whether it be giants, bodies of Bigfoot, whatever it is, and they get swept up by the Smithsonian and they're never heard from again.
The Smithsonian has like 7 layers to it, doesn't it?
Yeah, like
They're all hid underneath there.
and they have a ton of, I mean, they have very deep archives. But
Yeah.
if you're not going to take something for the purpose of studying it and the advancement of humans, then don't take it.
Right.
Do something with it that's meaningful. Anyway, so do you believe in aliens, Heather?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I do.
Yeah.
I think, you know, there's a big old world out there, like in time and space, and I feel like I feel like it'd be very naive of us to think that we were the only ones in this galaxy, in this whole, Earth system kind of thing.
Universe.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, the universe. The universe. My goodness, my words are not
It's
coming
the
to
blonde
me.
hair coming out.
I
Alien.
recognize that.
Taylor, do you believe in aliens?
Yes, but I'm gonna be different and say I don't think they look like what we think they like the movies portrayed. I think they look very similar to humans. I think they walk among us. I think they have a lot more technology than we do, that they can like shapeshift themselves into looking like humans. That way they can come into our world and see how we live day to day. That'd be the smart thing. That's what I'd do if I was an alien. So
maybe that's the answer to your question that you posed earlier. How do you get so smart? Maybe the smart people are aliens.
I guess I'm not an alien then,
I'm
'cause
not an
I'm just
alien.
dumb.
Okay.
I'm not an alien.
So do you believe in aliens?
Absolutely, yes.
All right.
I've seen things. I have not seen an alien, but I have seen unidentified aerial phenomenon.
All right. Now that we're talking about aliens, I think it was like out west. Yeah, it was a while ago, a couple months ago or so. But what?
I was gonna say it's probably a speck on your glasses if you were wearing them, Mom. I'm just kidding.
Oh my.
Okay, but no, for real, like it was, I don't even know when it was. It was a while ago out west. There was this, I want to say like Nevada, like Las Vegas area. There was this family. They had this like ship, literal ship kind of thing, like UFO, crashed in their backyard. They called the cops. The cops came out and you can see the body footage, like look it up on YouTube. It's crazy. And all of a sudden there was just nothing. Like they wouldn't allow people to go in the backyard. They wouldn't let the people talk about what it was. Like it was
They have
crazy.
like door cam footage of these things, right?
Yeah.
Like,
oh my gosh. Actually, talking about door cam footage.
Oh, the ring
Yes.
thing.
Taylor and I both got an alert the other day on our rings that said, basically like they know aliens are real. So if you catch something.
Anything.
Yeah,
It doesn't
like-
have to be just aliens. It could be anything.
Yeah, like unidentified objects. Like if you catch something on your door cam, and it has to be like they have to review it. It has to be actual
Legit.
footage. Legit. Thank you. Footage. You could win like what was it, $1 million?
Yeah.
Well, heck yeah, because they're going to turn around and sell that footage.
Oh,
They're
yeah,
going
for
to
a
buy
lot.
it from you
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
then turn around and profit from it.
Yeah.
I told Heather I'm gonna dress up as a ghost and walk in front of my camera and be like, "Yo."
So
Look what I found.
I've seen the ghost on the Ring cameras before. It's pretty weird.
Wait, the ghost on the ring
Like
camera?
if like paranormal caught on camera.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
When you see that, and then they're not like watching it or anything, but they get an alert and they'll look at it, and there's like somebody walking down the road in front of their house, and all of a sudden they disappear.
Oh, I've seen that.
Like
Yeah.
that's
But-
weird.
Like the people that have these ring cameras or the cameras in their house catching stuff too.
Yeah, that I don't want them in my house. That's just weird.
But I sent you that video of the lady sitting on a couch, and then her house started to smell like rotten eggs. And then a little while later, her lights flickered, and then the cross on her wall flipped upside down.
Nope. I'd be out. I'd be out.
I sent it to you. It's
I don't
on
remember.
TikTok. It's
Okay,
on
I'll have to
TikTok.
go back and watch it.
But
That
like,
scares me more than
she was,
aliens.
She
Yes.
was dead asleep. Like she was sleeping. She woke up from the smell of rotten eggs,
Yeah.
and she called her husband and said, "You need to get here now." And then she was on the phone with him talking, and then the lights flickered, the fan turned on, and then like she was walking in the house, and then she turned around to her wall, and the cross went. Floop.
Nope.
Well, I was
I
gonna
burned the
say,
house down.
Yeah,
Burned
literally.
it down. I don't care.
I get woken up by the smell of rotten eggs too, but it's because my dog farted. Like, because I have like a
Your dog
my-
stank.
yeah.
Smelling from the depths of hell.
Oh my gosh, no! I would be no. I'd be like, AJ, we're moving. There's no questions about it. We're done.
Oh my
Yikes.
gosh. So what would you do if you saw an alien?
I'd call you.
Yeah, like Taylor said, I think I would call because
What the heck am I going to do?
no, but who else can I call that would be like, oh yeah, like that's real. I believe your story.
I would always, okay, here's the
I'd
thing.
probably pull out my phone, to be honest. Not to
Yeah.
be like any young person, but I'm just like, if I'm seeing something, I want to have proof that it's real.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
here's the thing. Like, at any time in your lives, if you had come to me and said, I saw this or I saw that, like, I would absolutely 100% know for sure that you believed what you saw. Because I know you guys would never make that up. If anybody came to me with a story and was wanting to share their story about any kind of event that they experienced, I would never discount their story. Because I feel like if someone's willing to put themselves out there like that, you owe it to them to believe that they believe they saw what they saw.
Yeah.
And to discount that is terrible. Like, you should never make someone feel like that. I mean, there are certain circumstances where that may not apply depending on the situation.
Yeah.
But
the vibe you get from the person, like, are they making this up?
well, and I don't think most people would just generally make up a story just to make it up. There are some people that would do that, and there are some people that suffer from mental illness that may cause them to see things or think things that aren't true. But I think for the most part, like, if anybody, like, I'm the kind of person, like, I'm going to be open-minded enough to listen to your story and try to help you comprehend what happened or connect you with people that can help you figure it out.
Well, and I think it goes back to also what you said earlier about credibility. Like, why would someone go up to you and tell you their story if they knew that they were going to be called weird or psycho, or be like, yeah, you need help, you didn't see anything? Do you know what I mean? Like, no one, I feel like, in their right mind would truly go out there and put their whole selves and what they believe on the line just to be told that they're wrong.
Right. Like this dude, I don't think that he seems like a credible person from his experience in journalism. I don't think that he would necessarily go out and do what he's doing unless he absolutely believed it was true.
Yeah.
And I don't know the guy, but I can tell you that I did watch the Gaia special, and it was intriguing and it was very compelling. And that if you want to watch it, you can actually go to the Gaia website, and it's Gaia, GAIA.com/NAZCA, NAZCA. It's quite fascinating. And if you have questions about what we talked about today, if you have a story that you want to share with us, tell us what you think. We're interested in knowing your story. Email us and let us know. unusualcuriosity4u@gmail.com. That's unusualcuriosity, number 4, letter U, @gmail.com. And I'd like to thank you, Heather, and thank you, Taylor, for joining me today to talk about crazy stuff.
Thank you.
Anytime.
All right. Thanks, guys.